This is week 23 of the DMP. First question says 5 times 40 equals 200. You either write correct if that's correct, or you change it and make it correct. Number 2 is 157.4 minus 92.9 equals 64.5. If you think that's correct, just write correct or fix the problem there. Number 3, what place value does the 8 have in the number 15.8? So what does the decimal 8 mean? Fill in the correct symbol. We have less than, equal to, or greater than. So we have 73, and then you put either one of these symbols, and it's set to 7.4. And Fred is collecting shells on the beach. If he finds a shell every 3 steps that he takes, how many shells will he find after 30 steps? You can either do that as a multiplication question or addition. Okay, now we're going to go on to Tuesday the 23rd. So, we got 10 divided by 5. 7 times 1, 41. Name the radius. Okay, with the other class, I went over this to explain it. So name the radius. The radius, we haven't talked about this too much. Radius is this part between A and B. So I'm kind of giving you the answer here. A and B, that's the radius. The diameter, think of this as a tube or a pipe, will be A to C. This is the whole outside of the circle or the elliptical that's happening in this shape here. How many rectangles in this figure? So actually one of the students yesterday in class was saying it's got lots of rectangles. You can do different ones, but I think they're just looking for all the different ones in here, but you could do more if you wanted to be more complex. You could do more than just the ones that are inside each one of these. Isabel is going across monkey bars. At school, there are 16 bars on the monkey bars. She starts with the first bar and skips 2 bars each time she swings. How many bars will Isabel touch in all? Well, one of the students says she shouldn't be touching any of the bars because it's Corona and playgrounds are shut down. But this is a theoretical question. Okay, let's go on to Wednesday the 23rd. Add a symbol or a sign. Add plus, minus, division, or subtraction, or multiplication. Same thing goes for this one here. You got a bunch of numbers. You got to add it somewhere in there. We'll make this number correct. How much is 15 dimes worth? Well, you know a dime is worth 10 cents. So you either multiply that by 15 or you add it 15 times. Mark an X in the number to show 13. So you can see 13 is not on this number line, but you have to figure roughly where the 13 would be. Seth was digging up weeds in his backyard. His dad agreed to pay him 5 cents for each weed if he pulls it. If he pulls 208 weeds, how much will his dad pay him? So you can either add them all up or you can use multiplication. Now we're going to go on to Thursday. 20 divided by 10. 8 times 106. How do you know if a number is divisible by 5? Actually, we talked about that in class today. So the way you can set, so if you look at the numbers divisible, you go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. You realize each number has got either a 0 or a 5 in the ones column. So I kind of gave you the answer for that one. A soup recipe calls for 1 1/4 pounds of pinto beans. The package of beans is labeled 28 ounces. Is that enough? Well, I'm going to give you a clue here because we don't use pounds, but we do sometimes for measuring in baking and things. But usually it's more of an American term. We use things like grams and whatnot. But a pound is equal to 16 ounces. So that's the clue there. A pound is equal to 16 ounces. Number 5, Shirley is going to the store to buy a can of soup for her mom. A 3-ounce can of soup costs 33 cents, and a 12-ounce can of soup costs $1.20. Which one is a better buy? So you need to do the calculations to figure that one out, right? And the last one we have here, this cube contains 8 cubes. 4 sides of each cube are shaded light gray and dark gray. Opposite sides are the same. The top alternate white and black. So sketch or shade what you can with this cube here where this arrow is pointing. And actually some of the kids today in my class were actually drawing it on Google Draw to show their project here. So that's the end of it. I will include this YouTube video on this so you can go through and enjoy it. So I hope you enjoy it, and I will stop the video now. And let's stop it.